Alright, so here's the next project I'm doing for working on the GTX. Oh yeah, somebody put the Magnum here before I got the car. You really should just say 440, but they messed around with the holes and so it says 440 Magnum. I don't mind it, but it's not technically accurate. On the dash, I got the windshield out and I've got speakers out. What I'm finding is this piece of the dash is all, yeah, give me a close up on it. It's kind of messed up. It's just time to paint it or something. And this is being replaced, so now's the time. The windshield's out, this bit getting replaced. Now if I could get the right paint, I could paint this. I'm gonna have to take these vent holes out. The speakers are out. When you're if you're doing this, these speaker holes, they're rough cut, and man, those babies are sharp. See, cut me. I don't know if you can see it. Let's see. And so be careful with that. So I've got to get the right color. I sanded these down to keep myself from cutting myself. And now I've got to take this off, and I've looked inside these holes, and I can see there's a screw over here and a screw here, and probably on the other side, but I really don't know how many others are in there, so that's something I've got to find out. Each one of these is 4 nuts to pull it out, so once I get those out, then I could start working on this, painting it. Okay, got the vents out and the dash pad off. I'll tell you how to do it. I've actually replaced these vent covers. I actually broke one of them. This is not the one I broke. This is a new one. I actually think I might have got too dark a color. But there was one more lighter color that probably was a match. These things are all plastic. These pieces end here are plastic with this little screw nut. And that screw nut, you could use, what is it? 7/16. Also an 11 millimeter will do the same. On the end, when you pull the vent hose off, it's being held on by clips. These 2 clips, that clip and that clip. Twist and yank is all I can say about that. The clips are, you know, I don't know. Actually, it's best to actually remove it from down below and then pull this out of here with the vent hose on it, and then you could work on it on your workbench. But these screws, they actually groove as you're twisting them. Taking them off will be fine. Be careful if you're tightening them. Again, watch out for being cut on these surfaces. Okay, on the dash pad, the dash, see that bolt? That's for bolts, and it goes through in here. Made it much easier for me to take that off because I had the glass out. I could actually reach in here. I got these 2 through reaching in here, which most people can't do. But I also felt that underneath there was plenty of room for these 2. The third one here, you can drop out. This is your control for your vents and your heat. You could drop this out and get a little better access. And there's also a light right here. You could drop that out and get better access to this hole. You could also, I got it from the back laying underneath. That wasn't a problem. There's one right here on this side. I got it from the back laying underneath without any trouble. That one, I got it from, okay, let me show you the hardest one. I'll bring this around with us. The hardest one for me was this one, which is the second one, because the instrument cluster is in the way. If you have the instrument cluster out, I think you're going to be doing good. You can see a subsurface here, but there's a hole. It is a big access along here for the subsurface to get your extended wrench up through here. So, but for me, I took these 2 off by being standing right here and reaching through this hole. Most people aren't going to be able to do that because you're not going to have your windshield off. And for me, getting those back is probably going to be there. This one right here, you can see my finger. So I can reach that. That one's no problem. this one over here, so it's going to be a little bit more difficult. So be careful with getting cut. File these down, clean them up. And there's also screws hanging up, cut hazards hanging in there. Okay, so what you're probably wondering is, what does this look like? Okay, so here it is. That's my dash. It's pretty much destroyed. Here are the bolts on the end of it. So let's see if you can see them. See where they're at? You got 1, 2. Here's my hand in here for. There's 3. There's the third. That's actually the third one. So that's 1, 2, 3. This will be center. On the other side, there'll be 3. And you're just looking for these little lock nuts. They come off very easily. And also, you want the sizes. It's not the same size. That size over there was for that vent. These are a different size. Here it is right here. Let me tell you what it is, because you probably want to know. Three-eighths. It's a 3/8. So that'll get the little ones off that comes on here. These are 3/8. Oh boy. So now, time to paint. Can't base out.